leftist part of it, if you would. He kept both sides in good faith. This is what's wrong with the Twitch streamers here. Tell me, capitalism bad, communism bad. Right, it doesn't make sense to me. For me, there are some obvious things that are wrong with capitalism. There's some really obvious thing wrong with every attempted form of communism. However, I would say that there's some really successful forms of socialized capitalism. There are some successful forms of socialized capitalism. I think maybe capitalism is a better way to attain communism, because when you have an uneducated mass of people, it's hard to, and I don't even think that's because of capitalism. Actually, education is kind of separate, honestly. I recognize not all problems are down in capitalism. No, and a lot of the problems are socially based. They're about the rhetoric and the ideologies of the people who are walking every single day in the capitalist society. Because there are plenty of capitalists who act generously, who act like good people, basically, in a capitalist society, who can be good. You can transform the normal tropes of capitalism into something beautiful as long as you act upon people and what they deserve, not to, like, if you're a small business owner and you pay everyone $15 an hour to start off, that's amazing. That's good. Target changing their minimum wage to $15 an hour. That's good. Amazon changing their minimum wage to $15 an hour. That is good. Now, anti-unions, we don't know. I have yet to see if anti-union is a good thing or a bad thing. Right now, it feels like a bad thing just because Amazon is so strongly against it, right? And so many other big companies are. I wonder why, right? But at the same time, let's see. That's why I still believe in markets, but I would like to democratize them. Yes. For me, I would like to be part of a co-op at some point. There's a co-op in Battle Creek. Create the emphatic environment. See if we have capitalism, right? Empathetic environment. I think, okay, you're a market socialist. See, I'm not even like, I feel like for me, right? Because I started doing this about a month ago, right? Sorry, a month and a half ago. And I'm on the map, like, policy-wise, and, like, that whole questionnaire, the compass, the political compass. I'm an anarcho-communist, but it's really not about, like, I don't know, big government. For me, I believe that anarchism lives when you disregard hard-edged rules and laws for a better outcome in a specific situation. Por ejemplo, if there is anyone, I barely even told anyone what I am. That's fine. I don't mind. I think that a lot of that is, it's okay if you can pinpoint your stuff. It doesn't matter, right? Yeah, no, it's hard to, right? Because what ends up happening is you're like, well, in some cases I'm this, in some cases I'm that. For me, right, it doesn't matter ultimately, because it's about how you act every day. But for me, I definitely feel like human beings don't want to do much. Human beings want to have a good day, do something fun, and make sure that they're okay, their needs are met, right? So if we meet everybody's needs, obviously there's going to be a fall off of amount of people who actually want to work, right? But people aren't going to do nothing, and that's, for me, the biggest thing. Like, if needs are met and we socialize the benefits that make life livable, not great, livable, right? Then you add on top of that the benefits that the state would give, right? That would make it very nice for a lot of people already. And then after that, people do what they want to give power and energy to, whether that's entertainment, whether that's helping kids. And then it's a lot of things that I think that something that I really don't think gets talked about enough is media. Is media, propaganda, and the way that we build agency in people, in everyday people, agency enough that they get up and say, I will be this today. Whether it's a farmer or a social worker or a firefighter, a freaking public servant, a lawyer, if somebody gets up every day and says, I want to be this, they have agency in themselves. They have an ability to look at themselves and say, I can do something. And I think that that's what's missing in a lot of people, because they're stuck. They're stuck either in poverty, they're stuck in their 9-to-5 job that they don't feel good at. They never feel good in it because it just doesn't feel like they're doing anything with it. They just feel like they're surviving. It doesn't feel like they're living. You know what I mean? Let's see. Called worker agency. Human beings also like to do shit they love doing. Exactly. Exactly right. I love this conversation I'm having with you. You're so good to talk to, man. I freaking love that you're here. If we address this to some degree, we'll be better off. Right, exactly. And, it's not even that much, right? Like, if you took even today, right, and you just said, hey, guys, I would like you to do something creative with this section of the store. This is your corner of the store. Do whatever you want. Now, Walmart does something similar, only they give like managers an entire quadrant of their store. They give them departments, and it's not their department. They have rules and regulations for that department. It's not the same. There's no like expressive outlet. And I feel like if people did have the ability to just express themselves a little bit, if they wanted to, right? Just express themselves a little bit, then they would be allowed this kind of like freedom, this energy to kind of come off of them, and they would be able to add something to the company that they work at. It would make them feel better. And if you think that's something that, you don't have to worry about because the feelings don't matter, then I think you probably should talk to a therapist. Seriously, go talk to a therapist, okay? If you don't think your feelings matter, your mommy was mean, and you should talk to a therapist. It's okay. It's not your fault. It's not your fault.